Are you worried about making mistakes when upgrading your AVL system at your church? We're here at Gateway Church in DFW with Will Martin. Will, what's your title here?
I am the AVL Systems Director.
Okay, and how many campuses does Gateway Church have?
We have 10 church campuses, including our broadcast campus at Southlake, and then we also have a university campus.
And I'm guessing you guys have done a lot of AVL upgrades across your campuses in the last, let's say, the last decade.
Yes.
Okay, so churches, they're going with, we all do this. We don't know what we don't know. So we see things online. We see what other churches are doing. It may be the right context. It may be the wrong one. And we maybe raise capital campaign and we throw money at the problem. If you're going to walk us all the way back to the beginning and you're going to advise us where to start when thinking about AVL upgrades, do you have some opinions in there before anything? Let's start here.
Yeah, I would say ultimately you need to find what culture is at your church and listen to your pastor and your leadership to see what goals they're trying to accomplish and also what vision they're trying to drive forward. The Instagram phase has actually skewed a lot of the churches and leadership within production, tech, whatever you want to call it, because we see a new fad and we're like, that's cool, let me do it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it actually fits a lot of the cultures, your budget, the vision. And so I think at the end of the day, we miss that mark. We say, they do it, let me do it, not they do this. Can I make it fit our budget, vision, our size?
Let's say a church is watching Instagram and Gateway Worship comes up. You guys do things at an extremely high level and they think, well, we want to do some of that at our church. We want that look, we want that sound, we want that feel. What don't they understand about what it takes to achieve that coming through Instagram like that? Not that this should be their goal,
right?
But what don't they understand about the people, the talent, the gear that it takes to achieve that?
At the end of the day, everyone has a budget. Everyone has requirements that you have to do. For us, I would say the intentionality and also the 2 years leading up to this, they don't see. They don't see the shifts in, we tried this, it failed, leadership didn't like it. They don't hear the conversations we have with leadership of this didn't work and it didn't actually translate well.
Yeah.
Ask your leadership for room for failure. We only grow when we learn boundaries, we learn what our limits are. If you don't give space for your team to fail as they try to grow, then I think we're missing the mark in that aspect. We had a lot of failures, little blips and things to overcome in system changes and in every aspect from 50 members to 1,000 to 10,000, whatever your congregation is. God deserves excellence. Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, if you're not able to achieve what you feel that is replicatable, that isn't stretching you, but also not that you can do on a normal basis, that you feel is an excellence hear my heart, it's not perfection. It's excellence. Yeah. If you can't get that, then I'm sorry, I don't think you should fail every week.
Yeah.
Because God deserves excellence. Our congregation deserves an atmosphere that isn't really having failures and a distraction for them.
Yeah.
Systems, right? Upgrades can help, but they can also cause distractions.
Yeah.
Mainly if you don't understand or don't have the experience. We have the benefit here. I oversee the engineering team, and so we do a lot of our own in-house integration. Pretty much the only thing we don't do is fly RPAs, but a lot of churches don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Budget, staff, finding a great integrator that has experience and the care to learn what your vision is. And some of the integrators that I've worked with in past have been phenomenal when they come in and it's like, hey, what are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
Not, hey, this is cool gear, this is what's next, do this.
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, let me hear your heart. What are you trying to accomplish? Also, what is your leadership trying to accomplish?
Yeah. Let's say leadership gets the target. They see what they want. They say, okay, it's going to take a couple of years to get there. Let's start investing in our people and the gear to get there. We're seeing what churches like Gateway are doing online, and we're thinking, okay, we're seeing it through cameras. We're seeing lights on stage. We're seeing wireless in the worship's hand. We're seeing LED screens behind them. Let's spend money on that stuff. Is that what they should start with, or where should they start with the gear of prioritizing their dollars when they're thinking about upgrades?
Every situation is going to be a little different. I think if you don't have the knowledge, find a relationship with someone that might be in your area that you can walk or talk with in the church world or production world, or even an integrator that can help guide you, I think. Because there are times where, hey, we want to upgrade this, but you don't understand the 3 steps behind it. That, yes, you can do that, but it's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And that's just a phase. And at the end of the day, you might have to even change that. So I think to be a good steward of your budget and to help lead up to your leadership is give them like, hey, this big picture, we want to do these things.
Yeah.
But to get to the finish line, we have to accomplish this step first. It's usually the foundation that you have to fix before you build a wall.
Yeah.
And so if you have cracks in that foundation, for us, we had issues with the age of our router recently and our multi-view. And so we had to change that. And we went in an aspect that isn't, I guess, high end, but it is a phenomenal system, but it was a different step.
Yeah.
But that also eliminated and gave us the opportunity to do multiple different frame rates or have the flexibility in the future. And our multi-view head changed. And also we have the ability to do 12G versus 3G or 1080i. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I think I love what you're talking about foundation. If we even make the correlation with the house, when we think about building a house as a homeowner, we're like, let's pick the finishes. What tile is going to be in the bathroom? What lighting is going to be in the kitchen? And you're talking the literal foundation, which is the boring stuff. We don't like that stuff. But as you're kind of alluding to, if churches are thinking about, I want to upgrade my cameras, you're thinking, well, can your router even handle your cameras? Because your cameras aren't going to do anything if your router breaks.
Right.
And if you're upgrading your PA, well, does your room have proper acoustics yet? Because it's not going to make any difference if you're fighting against. Do you see, like, what common mistakes do you see where churches forget about the foundation that you just see over and over again, perhaps?
I think number one foundation they forget about more, and it's not the gear, it's not about the infrastructure, it's about your people. I think they miss that first is, are your people trained? Are they equipped? Are you growing them?
Yeah.
There's multiple different aspects and different opportunities to learn from people in your area to online to then even just asking for help.
Yeah.
And I think we production tech guys at too many times are too prideful to ask for help.
Yeah.
And also there are some people that are too prideful to share. And I think we are in a community where the church, the big C, we need to equip each other and help, because what I do isn't, it's my trick and trade and I'm not going to tell anyone. I think we're here to help each other and strengthen each other. And so first would be training, developing, because new PA, new console, right? But if you have a audio guy that doesn't understand true foundations or how to build a correct mix, they're not going to be able to manage their system.
Yeah.
And you just threw money to help a Band-Aid to fix, but at the end of the day, after an integrator leaves, maybe that set up your session, you're going to be back to square one.
Yeah.
And if you have a video person that doesn't know how to actually call or direct a service that you're really wanting, write down your vision and then, okay, pros, cons of this big upgrade. But then from there, the nitty gritty of, okay, like you said, does our router actually support this? Most will support, unless you're card-based. And then it's, okay, does our video switcher actually support these frame rates? From there, it's like, okay, infrastructure's here. Now let's change.
Yeah.
And maybe even, I think it's great to educate your leadership of, leading up is what we forget, but leading up, honestly, I think your leaders will love. My leaders love in the moment of like, hey, to accomplish your goal, these are the steps that we would need. And don't just come in and say, I need $1 million or I need, $50,000 to do this.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is what we're trying to accomplish. Cast the vision.
Yeah.
And give them options. We forget. We will get locked into a mindset of, well, we have to have this piece of gear. Gear is a tool, but if I don't have the knowledge to use said tool, the best tool in the world will not help me. It'll be minor. And so if we understand the craft behind it, the knowledge and understanding why, and help cast that vision to our leadership, I think at the end of the day, they're more open to relieving some budget in that aspect and being open to, hey, we do see value in that. Because it's not, I want new gear. It's like, hey, this new gear will actually help us accomplish your goal and support your vision for the church and the people in the congregation.
And do you find yourself struggling, and do you see this happening a lot where people have gear preferences? They like things a certain way, but you have to pull it back, like you said, like, do your people know how to use this? And do you even have to think about, well, I'd love to do it this way, but I might not be here forever. I need to do it in a way that the person after me will understand it. Volunteers will understand it. Like, you have to set preferences aside. Do you struggle with that?
I think every church does in some aspect. Like personally, coming in from outside of Gateway, the EA manufacturer that we have here, I wasn't familiar with. I was using other PA manufacturers, and I have a preference just because of workflow, muscle memory, that I enjoy maybe a little better just because of comfortable, also used to them. I like the products that they do. But at the end of the day, for us, it's a larger scale. To change over, that's a major changeover. To have multiple systems where people forget, and I think it's necessary mainly if you're trying to change, right? Slow phase it. I don't see us changing PAs at every single campus to a new manufacturer to then train everyone. And at the end of the day, we still get a good product with what we have. And so put your pride aside first, because it's not what I want. It's what benefits the church, my leadership, my staff, my budget first. And so if I can still accomplish the goal that I'm trying to do, like we said, a tool is a tool, and I can still accomplish building a mix, building a great environment for the congregation and the people to worship.
I think to sum it up, honestly, the foundational things that you don't think about when you're looking to upgrade your AVL, that you've got to think about the foundation first. If you're saying, I want that camera, I want that mixer, do you understand what is, down the line before you even get to that camera? Do you understand the vision of your pastor, where your church is trying to aim for, and how long it's going to take to get there? Do you understand what people are going to be using the gear? Do you understand the literal gear foundations of it? Before you get to the camera, you've got routers and you've got wiring and you've just got the foundation. So I think, if I'm echoing your words, that's what a lot of churches get wrong. They don't lay the proper foundation before they upgrade their equipment. Awesome. Well, you've heard it here from Gateway and Will Martin. Will, thanks for joining us.
Definitely.
Hey, thanks so much for watching that video. We know how difficult it is to keep Sundays running at your church, and we know a lot of it is about the gear. So we want to give you an exclusive 5% additional off anything, even if we're running a sale. Additional 5% off, grab the code in the video description below.